Hey my beautiful Leo peeps, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot and I'm coming at you guys with your April 2023 tarot reading. How are you? Hope you guys are doing well. Just want to mention before we get started, if you are interested in personal services, products, and so much more, feel free to check out my website, CancerMoonsTarot.com. Link will be down in the description below. Nonetheless though, Leo, welcome on in. We're going to be doing a little bit of like a freestyle read here in the beginning, kind of like whatever comes out, comes out. So pretty much it's a message you need to hear. And then after that, we're going to do more of a structurized reading where we'll go past, present, future, then we'll close it off with your outcome as well. Okay, so without a further ado, let's get on into it and let's see what Leo needs to hear in this portion. What messages do Leos need to hear? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus zodiac regarding April 2023. Whatever comes out, comes out. What do we have here for the Leo? Let's go ahead and begin. We start out here with the 10 of Pentacles. I'm immediately hearing for you, you're more abundant than you'd like to believe. This is the energy that's telling me that there's a lot more around you, especially a lot more resources, a lot more value, a lot more love. Whatever it is you feel you're lacking at this time, you're not lacking. You're actually quite the opposite. So your perception here is, I think, what needs a little bit of a switch, because right now you're tuned into the perception of lack when the truth is that you have abundance in the area of life in which you feel you're lacking. So check your resources, because the resources are there, is what I'm hearing for you. Yeah, Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords showing up is a card of deception. It certainly can be a card here of self-deception as well. So it's kind of like you've gotten in your own head and you've kind of atoned to like this, or kind of tuned in, excuse me, to like this negative perception. And considering that this has been your negative perception for a while now, it's been very easy to believe that you're lacking, but the truth is that you have the abundance around you. You have the resources that you need. Yeah, we have here the Lovers, very good. And we also have here the Ace of Cups. For those that believe that there's not love around you, or that love is not abundant around you, I definitely think that maybe right now you're choosing to focus on the people that might have done you wrong or dirty, but you're not really remembering the people in life that have so much love for you and that really care about you. You know, it can be very easy, right, for one negative thing to ruin the hundreds of positive things we have in our lives, right? You know, a lot of people often say that. It's like you can have 1,000 positive compliments, but that one person makes a real shitty negative compliment, and you're like, okay, or a negative statement, and you're like, oh, well, now I feel like crap, you know, even though 1,000 people gave you beautiful and positive compliments. So with that being said here for you, Leo, especially in terms of love for some of you, you know, you might be thinking about one specific person who did you dirty. You might be thinking about somebody here who showed a real big lack of love. And even though that one specific person isn't bringing in the love you deserve, you know, there's so many other people out there in your life who do love you, who do value you. And I think that if you were to tune into that and focus on the ones who do love you, you would recognize love is not absent or lacking in your life as well. So for some Leos that need to hear that, definitely take that into account. It's kind of giving me this big general message that you have all the resources you need. Let's get two more cards. We have a Page of Wands and we have here a Page of Cups. For some of you Leos, I do think that you have to take something to the next level. You know, if there's something you're interested in, Page of Wands, it's time to bring forth an emotional investment. Now, keep in mind, it doesn't have to be about like relationship, love, and romance. You know, maybe this is about a hobby. You have an interest in a hobby. Now it's time for you to put not only your passion into it, but your excitement into it, your emotion into it, right? I do feel for some of you, a hobby you're currently doing can become so much more than what it is. Maybe you started doing a hobby in making like bracelets on the side, and then you start to realize you're really good at the craft and you can actually make legitimate bracelets and sell those to people online and make an online store. So I do feel for some of you, you can be discovering in April that like a hobby turns into a business. All right. So that could be showing up here as well. So, you know, if you're passionate about something, you know, really put your heart and soul into it and really put your emotion into it, because what you can create out of that, what you can create out of that can be something really wonderful. Okay. All right, though, Leo, that was kind of like the whatever comes up portion. So of course, do take that if it resonates and applies to you. So we're going to get on into the official read now, where we'll go over your past, present, future, the overall energy, and the outcome. So let's go ahead and get on into it and see what's going on here for your April 2023. What do we have showing up here for the zodiac sign of Leo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus throughout April 2023. Let's see what we got going on. Starting out here with the overall energy of your month, we begin today's reading with the Ace of Swords. A moment of clarity, a massive realization, truth coming to the surface. That's where the Ace of Swords really likes to shine. It's about being very honest with yourself, seeing things incredibly clearly, and just being in an overall space where you're pretty perceptive and receptive as well. Having a look here into your past, we begin with the Page of Swords. We have here the Moon. We also have here the Seven of Wands, followed up here with the Ten of Wands. As we move into the present moment for you, Two of Wands. We have here King of Cups, moving forward from that, Five of Wands. And then lastly here for the present, we have here the Hierophant. And then lastly, looking into the future, the Empress. That's nice. I like that. Queen of Swords. Also have here a Star. And then lastly here, a Death card showing up as well. So I like the last row, taking a look into the future. The near future looks pretty bright here for you. So let's go ahead and talk about it, right? Now, as I previously mentioned, overall energy, Ace of Swords, really about the truth coming up, really about clarity, seeing things very clearly. I kind of mentioned in the freestyle portion of the reading, right? To a certain extent, Leo, there was this moment where I said you're tuned into a negative perception. And this negative perception is clouding you from all the abundance you have. You're choosing to focus on maybe one thing that's negative, that's created this false reality that you have lack when the truth is you're abundant. So I think that seeing clearly is what's going to emerge for you here. And it's going to be a very important, time jumping into April 2023, because the more clearly you can see, the more you can remove yourself and detach yourself from negativity overall. Now, looking into the past, we start with the Page of Swords and we move down the line here to the Moon card as well. So Page of Swords here, that's kind of my card of hesitancy, being a little nervous, a little worried, a little hesitant, not really making much of a move. And the Moon card here is about being in a pretty emotional place. So I feel that, it's been kind of hard for you to open up about what you've been feeling recently. Or I'm sorry, in the past, not recently. In the past, it feels like it was hard for you to open up about your feelings. You were very closed off. Seven of Wands, people would be like, "Are you okay?" And immediately, "I'm fine." You know what I'm saying? Immediately, somebody says, "Is anything going on? Are you okay? Is there anything that's going on that's wrong?" And you're like, "Nope, I'm good." Right? You would automatically push people away. You wouldn't really give people the invite, I guess, into what was going on with you and what was going on in your life at the time. But looking at the last card here, we do have here a Ten of Wands, and that Ten of Wands energy here tells me that you were pretty much suffering in silence when we take a look here into your past. Maybe you didn't want to trouble anybody. You didn't want to burden anybody, if you will, by letting them know what's going on with you. That's definitely a big trait amongst Cancerians, but I've also noticed that trait show up a lot in Leos as well, because Leos are very loving, giving, and caretaking, especially in terms to the people they care about. And I think that as a Leo, right, you kind of want to do everything you can to make other people feel good. And if you feel like you're killing the vibe by telling people how you feel, or, letting them know that you're in a low vibration, you don't want to ruin anybody else's vibe based upon what you're going through. That's kind of your perception of it. But the truth is that you wouldn't burden true people that love you, right? The people that really love and care about you, they're not going to be burdened by you opening up. They're going to want to be there for you too and pay their respect and bring their love that you've brought to them. So looking into the past here, it's like really shut down emotionally, not wanting to open up, really feeling like you're going through that energy of suffering in silence. Now, having a look here into the present moment for you, Two of Wands. I'm hearing doorways opening up for you. We do have a doorway literally opening up with that Two of Wands. So new doors are opening for you here, jumping into April. We have here a King of Cups. We also have here a Five of Wands. You're recognizing there's two paths you can choose. You can choose the path of positivity. You can choose the path of negativity, right? So it's either light or dark, positive or negative, whatever path you wish to take, it's yours. But King of Cups here says, I've had some time to think. I've had some time to connect with myself. I've had some time to check in with myself emotionally. And I think that I start to see now how troubled I was. Five of Wands. The Five of Wands is the struggle. I think you're going to finally start to understand why you were feeling the way you were in the past, what it is exactly you were struggling about, and what made you tune into this negative perception and what blinded you, per se, from all the good things you had. So it's kind of like you're realizing why you had a blindfold on and why you saw things the way you saw them. And looking at the Hierophant showing up here, Hierophant here is a massive card of commitment. It's also a card here of teaching and learning. So I definitely do feel for some of you, Leo, somebody here could have opened up your eyes to maybe the perspectives you had. For example, if you felt like you were lacking in love, maybe somebody in your life was like, dude, I love the crap out of you. What do you mean you're lacking in love? I love you. This person loves you. They love you. So like maybe somebody in your life could have kind of opened up your eyes to what you thought was lack, but showed you that you had abundance. But if it wasn't a person who did that for you, it just feels like a natural born realization. And you're kind of seeing why you struggled, Oh, I recognize now because I was thinking this way, or I recognize now because I was so focused on this one negative event that happened. So everything starts to make sense and you start to understand why you were in the perception you were in. Now, when we take a look here, moving into the future, we do have here the Empress, we have here the Queen of Swords, the Star, and the Death card showing up as well. Now, the Empress here is growth, right? This is about outgrowing a circumstance and really moving into a more positive and beautiful energy. So I feel like you're deciding to really outgrow at this time whatever kind of negative perception you were honed in on. Maybe somebody broke your heart and that made you feel like there was an absence of love in your life. Maybe somebody here, took money from you and that made you feel financially unstable. Maybe somebody here did something negative and it made you feel like the world is against you. But you're recognizing that was one person. And one bad apple doesn't have to ruin the bunch. That's the vibe coming up here for you. So you start to see it that way now, and you really outgrow this situation. Queen of Swords, that's the energy of cutting it out. So you're cutting out your past here entirely, and you're not letting it continue to remain in the present going forward. It's about having a clean slate and a fresh start and a fresh perspective, which is really, really nice here for you. We also hop into the energy of the Star. And the Star card is the card that says, whatever is meant for me will be for me. But I also think that the Star here as well, which is really cool, is as you can see, we have this woman who seems to be replenishing her well. She's pouring all her energy back into her environment. And that's what I see being so lovely for you, Leo, because when we go through moments and times with people where maybe they hurt us or they treat us like crap and we get upset and we feel like we're lacking whatever resource it is. Let's say, for example, we got heartbroken and we feel like we're lacking love in our life. What do? Well, we initially believe that we have no love in our life, and then we furthermore push away the people that love and care about us. We don't nurture our environment. We don't surround ourselves with the people who love us. We tend to isolate and pull away to the point where we're kind of on our own. So what's happening here with that Star card is you're replenishing your environment. Whatever you believed you were lacking, you now see that abundance is there. And considering that abundance is there, you're making sure that you invest your energy and you surround yourself with the abundance. So if you felt like you were lacking love, but now realize I have love all over me in my life, then this is about hanging around the people that you love and the people that love you, right? It's about being in that environment and replenishing it, right? Instead of isolating and pushing yourself away from it. So looking into the future, right? We got the Death card. Everything here is going to change. From where you were in the past, it's going to be totally different from where you're going in the future. And all those changes are happening right now, coming into April 2023, which is what's going to be going on here in your present moment, right? You have a whole entirely different perspective with the King of Cups. The King of Cups is like, I've had some time to check in with myself emotionally, and I start to see things for what they are. Ace of Swords being the overall energy, you have really direct clarity for how things are and for what the truth is in life. And the truth is that you have abundance in which you thought you were lacking it. Okay. So very good, super general reading, guys, not too much, I guess, specifics or any crazy specific detail showing up here for you. So of course, take it for resonance, right? If it's not your story, absolutely no worries. But I think it's nice though to have these realizations, because I think that we all kind of go through this in life very frequently, where we'll just have that one really negative situation, and despite all the other good things in life, that negative situation prevails. It takes over everything, and we feel like that's it. We don't have love, or we don't have money, or we don't have any good people in our lives just because that one shitty experience happened, and it can take over everything. But we always have to remember, screw the shitty experience or screw the shitty person, screw the people in life who screw us over. Life is about what we decide to do with it, right? The Emperor card here is the card that represents that you are in control of your path. You're in control of who you associate with. You're in control of who you speak to. You're in control of the actions you take. At the end of the day, you may not be in control of what's outside of you, like other people's actions and decisions, but you always have the power to control your environment and who and where you wish to be surrounded. So with that being said here, with the Emperor showing up, remember, if there's anybody or anything in your environment that isn't serving you, instead of allowing that to kind of be an energy to push you down into negativity. Granted, it might hurt if people are, acting out or, being negative, but, remember, those people don't have to be a part of your life when you can instantaneously cut them off and still choose to be around the good people in your life that bring in the positive vibrations. So always remember, you're in control of your reality, okay? And make sure that when it comes towards your environment, you're making the right choices, you're making the best investments, and you're not letting other people here spoil your crops, if you will. We do have here the Six of Cups. Six of Cups here being the card of the past. The thing about the Six of Cups showing up here is that I do feel like, yes, while granted you went through a lot of intense situations in your past, we have to remember that our past does not need to define who we are today, okay? Always remember that as well. If you've dealt with a negative person in the past, it doesn't mean you're going to deal with that same exact kind of individual going forward in the future. If you're somebody who suffered from financial instability in the past, it does not mean you are going to feel that way and be that way in the future. In the future, you very well likely can have financial stability. So remember, our past is not going to define what happens today. What happens today is what defines what happens in the future, right? What we do right here, right now, is where our future is going, essentially, and what it is going to become, okay? So, Leo, not too bad of a reading, guys. I really do think that things will turn around here for you overall, and I'm happy to see it for you. I really am. Okay. All right, guys, let's have a look here at the overall outcome for you regarding April 2023. And we have here a Queen of Pentacles. I like it. Queen of Pentacles here says you are back on track. Okay. You are definitely back on track here at this time. Queen of Pentacles is also about really taking care of yourself, making sure that, you're focusing on what's abundant in your life, what brings in good energy, what's going to be the best things for you. I definitely see a healthier mindset, a healthier space, for many Leos, I see a healthier environment. I'm not sure if there was maybe you had a messy apartment or you just haven't cleaned in a while. This could be a month where you're keeping things very tidy, very neat, because a clean physical environment as well can be very beneficial for mental health purposes too. So yeah, Queen of Pentacles, you're back on track, you're taking care of yourself, and you're in a space right now where you see things totally different. You feel very revitalized and rejuvenated, and you feel like, once again, you are back on track. I like it, Leo. I like it a lot, guys, okay? So thank you all so very much for tuning in. Really appreciate it. I do hope you enjoyed your reading here for April 2023. If you are new here and you're interested in subscribing to the channel, you're more than welcome to. I'd be more than happy to have you, and more than happy to, welcome you here into the Soul family. Yeah, with that being said though, guys, it is a general read. If it didn't resonate, no worries. All right, but I love each and every single one of you. Have a great April, and I'm going to catch you guys in the next video. Much love, Leo, and have yourselves a good one. Peace.